When my twin sons were born after a painful delivery, my mother said, "Your sister wants one baby to play around, and if she gets bored, she will just give it back to you." I refused. And that's when my sister and her bitter, childless husband stormed into my hospital room. I was still bleeding when my mother walked in without knocking. The C-section took 4 hours because one twin was breech, and my blood pressure kept crashing. My husband Nico was holding both boys in the NICU when my mother sat down and said those words like she was asking to borrow a casserole dish. "Your sister Odessa wants one of the babies, just to play around with. If she gets bored, she'll give it back." I thought the morphine was making me hallucinate. "Excuse me? She's been struggling," my mother continued. 6 rounds of IVF, $240,000. Nothing worked. She's heartbroken and you have two. I stared at this woman who raised me. "You want me to lend my newborn son to my sister like a library book? Don't be dramatic. She just wants to bond with one of them. Take him home for a few weeks. You'll still have the other one. They're not interchangeable objects. They're my children." My mother's face hardened. "You've always been selfish. Even as a girl, you never shared anything with Odessa." "I'm not sharing my baby." My voice cracked and pain shot through my incision. A nurse poked her head in asking if everything was okay. My mother smiled sweetly. "We're fine. Just emotional new mommy hormones." The nurse left and she dropped the act. "Odessa has been crying for 3 days since you announced twins. You owe her this." "I owe her a child? You owe her compassion." I did know what Odessa had been through. I held her through every failed round, drove her to every appointment, bought flowers after every negative test, but this was insane. 20 minutes later, my door slammed open. Odessa walked in with her husband Terrence right behind her. His jaw was clenched and his fists were balled at his sides. She walked straight to the bassinet where one of my sons was sleeping and reached for him. "Don't touch him," I said. Terrence stepped forward. "We're not asking for anything permanent. Just let us take him home for a week." "A week? With my hours-old premature baby?" Odessa started crying harder. "You got pregnant on your first try. You got 2. God gave you extra, and I'm sitting here empty." "God didn't give me an extra. He gave me 2 sons." Terrence's voice turned cold. "My wife sacrificed everything trying to become a mother, and you can't share the abundance you've been blessed with?" My mother nodded. "See? Even Terrence agrees." "Everyone needs to leave right now," I said, pressing the nurse call button. Terrence moved between me and the bassinet. "We already set up a nursery. Blue walls, new crib. It's all sitting there empty." "That's heartbreaking, but it doesn't entitle you to my child." Odessa's expression shifted into something harder. "If you don't let me have one, I'll tell the hospital you're unfit. I'll say you were using substances during pregnancy. I'll call child services the second you leave." The room went dead quiet. My mother didn't flinch. She already knew. "You planned this," I whispered. "All 3 of you planned how to take my baby." "We planned how to make things fair," my mother corrected. That's when Nico walked in holding discharge papers. He looked at my face, then at Odessa over the bassinet, then at Terrence blocking the path. He set the papers down slowly. "I need everyone who isn't the mother of these children to leave. Now. We have rights," Terrence started. "You have nothing," Nico said. "But I have something." He pulled out his phone and hit play. My mother's voice filled the room. "Your sister wants one of the babies, just to play around with." Then Odessa's voice from a call the night before. "If she won't give us one willingly, we'll take legal action. Terrence's cousin is a family court judge, and we can make this happen without her consent." My mother went white. Odessa grabbed Terrence's arm. Nico looked at all 3 of them. "These recordings are already with our attorney and the hospital's patient advocate. If any of you contact us or come near these boys, I will file a restraining order and send every recording to the entire family." My mother opened her mouth. "Don't," Nico said. They left without another word. Odessa called 23 times that week. We never answered. My mother sent a letter saying I destroyed the family over a misunderstanding. I showed it to our lawyer and she hasn't written since.